Picture a dense forest where the sun barely penetrates the interlacing branches. An eternal twilight reigns, and the world outside seems a distant memory. The silence is so profound, it's as if the wilderness itself is holding its breath, punctuated only by the occasional rustling of leaves. This is where our tale begins, with a man named Marc, a creature of curiosity and courage. Marc, with a spirit of adventure, often found himself drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. On one such exploration, he stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A dilapidated doll, uncanny in its appearance, discarded amongst the undergrowth. The doll, with its faded features and vacant eyes, piqued Marc's interest. It was an object out of place in the natural world, a relic of human touch in the heart of the wilderness. Intrigued, Marc decided to bring the doll home, unaware of the unsettling events that would soon unfold. And so the doll, with its vacant, eerie eyes, found a new home in Marc's residence. We find Marc, comfortable in his home, oblivious to the impending horror. The atmosphere is still, the silence deafening, a silence soon to be shattered by the eerie symphony of the unknown. With each passing night, the tranquility of Marc's home is subtly disturbed. It begins with inexplicable noises, whispers of the wind, or perhaps something more sinister. An uncanny rustling, a soft scratching against the walls, a distant sigh echoing through the hollow corridors. Then, the movement in the shadows. Fleeting silhouettes, dancing at the corner of his vision, elusive yet ever-present. Marc tries to dismiss them as tricks of his mind, but the prickling sensation at the back of his neck tells a different story. As the nights grow darker, so do the happenings in Marc's home. The doll, once an inanimate object of curiosity, seems to radiate a life of its own. Its vacant eyes seemingly flicker with an eerie glow, reflecting not just light, but a hint of something more ominous. Marc, once intrigued by the doll, now feels a growing dread. Every creak of the house, every flicker of the shadows seems to resonate with the doll's silent gaze. Desperate to reclaim his peace, he tries to discard the doll, to bury it, to burn it. Yet every attempt is in vain, for the doll always reappears, each time a little closer, its presence more palpable. With every futile attempt, Marc's fear escalates. The house he once found comfort in now feels like a labyrinth of horror. His dreams are haunted by the doll's gleaming eyes, its silent laughter echoing in his nightmares. A sense of dread envelops him, a chilling realization that he might have invited something he cannot control. Every night the doll drew closer, its eyes gleaming with a sinister light, a spectral whisper echoing in the darkness. "You've unleashed a trapped spirit." The doll, a symbol of innocence turned sinister, now haunted Marc's life, a chilling reminder of the horror he had unknowingly invited into his home. In the stillness of the night, a spectral whisper echoed throughout the house, a chilling voice that seemed to seep from the very walls. It was a whisper, yet it carried an ominous weight, a revelation that sent shivers down Marc's spine. "You've unleashed a trapped spirit," it hissed, each word a chilling gust of wind in the deathly silence. The doll, the innocuous toy he'd found in the forest, was not what it seemed. It was a vessel, a prison for a wrathful spirit, and Marc had unwittingly set it free. His heart pounded in his chest as the terrifying truth dawned upon him. His home, once a sanctuary, was now the playground of a vengeful spectre. The doll's vacant eyes seemed to gleam with a malevolent delight, a sinister reflection of the spirit now inhabiting his world. The spirit, now free, was hungry for revenge. Marc, now a prisoner in his own home, was haunted by the revengeful spirit. His once peaceful abode was now a house of horrors, an eerie playground for the malevolent entity. Every night the sinister cries grew louder, the chilling whispers more distinct. The once inanimate doll now seemed to pulsate with a life of its own, its vacant eyes gleaming with an ominous light. The doll was no longer a mere object, it was a vessel of terror, a conduit for the vengeful spirit's wrath. It was relentless, its spectral presence growing more palpable with each passing night. The once mundane shadows now danced with a menacing rhythm, echoing the spirit's haunting lullaby. Marc's life was no longer his own. His dreams were invaded, his waking hours plagued by the relentless haunting. Every moment was consumed by the terrifying reality that the doll was drawing nearer, its spectral whisper echoing in the darkness. What will happen to Marc? Will he ever be free from the haunting spirit? Only time will tell.